Peace and blessings. So I was asked, how do an individual change their emotional response? Like, how do we reach a point to where we can basically start controlling our emotions more, to where we just don't react in ways that we don't really want to react, especially when we're given time to sit and think about it, when we're given time to speak with someone or hear someone rationalize the whole perspective and give us a different perspective, and then at that point the emotions change. You don't feel the same way. So with that being said, there has to be a way for each and all of us to reach a point to where we can circumvent the whole process of reacting, then regretting and learning from that decision or that response, right? And the one thing that I would prescribe and suggest to all of us, man, is to seek knowledge, but not just knowledge, but seek the understanding of information that you gravitate towards. Don't just read books. And I would say get out of those storybooks, unless those storybooks start giving you a perception of another world that you've never experienced. And that can be a plus. That can be a beautiful thing, because if all you know is negativity and you're reading books that promotes a positive, loving atmosphere, and it takes you from that negative place into that positive place, and it makes you desire a place like that, then that's definitely a good thing. I've experienced that when I was in prison. I had never experienced a certain lifestyle, a certain reality, and books done that for me. Storybooks, like I guess what you call them, non-fiction books, those done that for me. But it reached the point to where all the stories begin to be the same. I've read them all. I've heard all the stories and the concepts. So now I'm trying to really work on my response. I'm trying to work on my response to life, all of the challenges and the circumstances and experiences, situations of life. I'm trying to really work on that, because you're talking about a street dude, grew up in it, didn't choose the game chose me. Crackhead mother, crackhead and alcoholic addicted father, never knew his parents. Mother never knew her mother, only knew her father. Father very strict. Mother sexually abused at a young age. I'm saying you're talking about a mother also who's still doing crack to this very day whenever she feels like it. So I'm saying I'm an individual who grew up homeless at about the age of 13, if not earlier, just from what I recollect. Life started becoming unstable by the 4th grade. Them being in and out of juveniles, jailhouses, prisons, hustling in these streets. Then gave over 18 years of my life to incarceration. You're talking about an individual who in his teens was smoking weed dip, Sherm, PCP, LSD, fry, some call it embalming fluid. I'm talking about every day, all day. By the time I was 17, 18 years old, until I got locked up and was given 40 years at the age of 20, doing powder. Also, during that same period, start snorting powder around the age, I think when I was about 18, 19, something like that. I'm saying, so you're talking about an individual who can barely put words together. When I was young, I had a speech problem. I stuttered very, very hard, very, very bad. I would get stuck trying to say things. Mother just getting mad, what I'm saying? And send me in the room, make me think about my words, all that. But I'm saying all this to say, you're talking about an individual who come from, I don't want to say the worst, but who come from a place to where I feel that where I'm at today, I can be considered an expert in getting to where I am today, all by the grace of the Most High, of course. But the way I got here is by reading everything. But when I really got into self-help books, that's when I started reading about concepts and principles and my desire to really understand these different things and how those things begin to connect with me in certain ways and transform my life. And when I began to admire certain individuals who I seen in prison get upset and could cuss the laws out, but in the most calmest and mellowest of tones, but be dead serious. You know what I'm saying? And so me just admiring individuals who could exercise a rant, but do it in such a controlled type of way, me admiring that made me strive to want to be like that. It's so many different individuals that I've seen in prison, men-like characters, that I started taking a little bit from, and I began to, apply them to myself. So I say all this to say again, it's with striving through life, collecting information, but also striving through life, really, truly trying to understand the information that you collect, whether it be by what you read, whether it be by what you listen to on a YouTube channel, or whether it be through a conversation that you're having with someone. I feel, one of the things I always say is that if you're not asking why, if you're not asking that why question, the why question causes a person to have to explain to you. And if you're talking to someone who can't explain why they say what they say, then you should stop talking to that person, because you should only really be communicating with people who can explain to you with logic, with sense, with detail even, why they say certain things and why they do certain things. You don't want to gravitate and be around individuals. From my perspective, you really trying to reach a point of self-mastery, self-control, you don't want to talk to an individual who just not aware of their actions. They can do something in a matter of seconds and you're like, why you there? Why you say that? And they don't even recall even saying that they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to necessarily be around those kind of people, because who you're around begin to rub on you too. You know what I'm saying? The people that you're around, y'all gonna begin to, you know how they say iron sharpened iron? Well, who you're around is gonna begin to also dulling you in a lot of ways. It's gonna keep you in a certain comfort level. Hey, you ever said, like, if you know how to play a game, let's say like chess, your game don't get strong if you play people that you can beat, or if you just keep playing the same person, y'all going back and forth. Y'all not doing no, y'all not a benefit to each other. Y'all both need to pay somebody that's better, that's really challenging you, to make you want to be better, to make you want to be greater, to make you want to be more like that person in some kind of form or aspect. You should always strive to be better than your master. Always try to be greater than your teacher. Always strive to be greater than your mother. Always try to be greater than your father. And you should be. And when a parent or a teacher or whoever, if they really are a good instructor, a really sincere instructor, they're going to push you to be better than they are. And you might not like the way it sounds. You might not like the way it feels all the time. But when you really are committed to really being better and being your best and really loving the whole aspect of change and really wanting just to be better, man, look, you're going to do that. You're going to embrace it. You're going to suck it up. You're going to move forward. And you're going to understand that the pain is a part of the process. So I hope I said something that you may find some kind of benefit in, and that you may be able to utilize at moving to the next phase and the next chapter and the next level in your own journey, you know, with mastering up, with tapping in, with stepping up to the plate, with getting on your king shit, with stepping all the way up on your guard shit, you know what I'm saying? And excuse me for the language, but stepping all the way up on your guard, you know what I'm saying? On your guard level, you know what I'm saying? And when I say your guard level, I'm saying where you master you. Can't nobody control you. Only being and force that you submit to is the supreme being. That's the only being you submit to. You don't submit to nothing else in this world. Period. No man, no nothing. You don't submit to them. You may serve a person, you may follow a person, you may choose somebody as a leader, whatever the case may be, because of what they know and because of their guidance, because of the light they possess. But you do not submit to someone who cannot lead you, who has no light. What that look like? You know, we in the dark, or we walking in a dim space, but you don't even have no light to see. I got more light than you got, so why would I follow you? No, follow me. So for women, you can't submit to a man like that. Facts. You can't submit to a man like that. And you know, no matter who, no matter what an individual is. And to me, you know, and I want you to understand that knowing how to get the bread is a benefit. But when the bread is gone, when money don't mean nothing no more, what kind of man and woman do you then have? Who you with? Who you got on your side? Who gonna fight with you and through all these struggles? When money is no more, when money means nothing, you can possess it all and can't do nothing with it. Then who you got? Then who are you? You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I want you to really keep in mind, man, when you picking and choosing individuals. What if none of this stuff is here? Who you got by your side? You feel what I'm saying? So I hope I said something again that elevates somebody in their thinking and in their mental. Peace and blessing.